What's up, everybody?
Nice.
We're here at the Mego Lounge. It's late night, it's Friday night, and I am looking for something. We got Jason, we've got Frank Wojo, and we got some other things going to happen, but we're here to talk to y'all. How's everybody doing? Everybody staying out of the snow?
Happy New
Lord
Year.
knows
Everybody.
it's snowing here.
Happy New Year.
Extremely
No snow up here
happy.
yet. Yeah, there you go. Happy New Year.
Fear.
Oh,
That's right. That's right. You say New Year, I say New
Hey.
Fear.
that was a nice little layup there. Yep. There you
That's
go.
right. See, you set it up. You know what? Is the band not playing?
The band's not playing.
There they are. They
Yeah.
are.
Okay,
They were
you
just,
got it.
They
You
were
got
just
it.
taking it low. They were taking it low. I've got a really complicated setup right here. Jason, we haven't heard from you in a minute. So
Hey,
I know,
there he is.
We've been working on some cool stuff. We'll leave it at that.
Very
I heard you on a top secret mission on the other side of the world.
top
Oh,
secret.
God. At
Top
least 50
secret.
of them. At least 50 of them. Just one
At
after
least
another
50.
after another. They kept me busy.
That's right.
Saving the world is
Yep.
no easy task.
Yeah, they're very
One
true.
That's
action figure at a
right.
time.
Very true. We got another Patrick saying it's snowing in Apex, North Carolina too there, Scott. So there you go.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, man. Well, stay safe and don't go hitting the Walmarts now because it ain't worth it. So I'm trying to figure out while everybody.
But let me segue. Don't hit the Walmart stores, but go online to walmart.com.
That's right.
There you
Man,
go.
Get these now.
That's right.
Yep.
So
New
so
fear.
I am really trying
Be honest, the
to.
boxes are so much better than the cards. Get the boxes.
Oh, here we are.
Yeah. Well, see, for
yeah.
me growing up, the first few I had were boxed. I was born in '73, so the first few I had were boxed, but then everything transitioned to card. So for me personally, the cards hold a little more of that, a little more of that special place in my heart. But I do love the boxes. The boxes just pop when you see them.
Yep.
They're so cool. They're so retro. It just, it completes the package. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know
Totally
if you
agree.
noticed, but what I really enjoyed about the Happy New Fears display is that all of the other merchandise had either a retro-inspired thing or a texturally busy modern design. The Mego ones really stood out with just that simple, basic, collector box. I mean, they really pop. So I'm kind of happy they went this direction, especially design-wise. I don't know if it was Jason Young who did these ones, but wow!
Yeah, Toxic.
For those who haven't seen the boxes yet, this is probably the best thing. This is not particularly this figure, but just the boxes in general. This is what got me excited. There is not a bad spot on this box. I mean, it pops. It has pictures all around. It's a high gloss. These tabs that they stuck on the back, they're non-destructive, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you could put price tags all over this thing. It's non-destructive. It's made. It reminds me of the Forbidden Zone, Judson's Garage. It's that same type of material, just a lot thinner because it's it's a box and not a play set. Let me see if I can get some comments going. Hey, Kevin.
There you go. Well, while Scott's doing that, I'm going to tell you a little story, Jason. The first time I ever saw a boxed Mego, it was actually Woolworths. It was probably about 1975, and I was young, but I still remember. At the top of the Woolworth diner, they had a Christmas display, and the box figure they had up there that stands out for me, I remember seeing a boxed Dr. Lizard. Okay, and that was the only time in my life I'd ever seen. At that point,
never see that again. Not for under a lot of money.
Never thought again. But that figure made such just that whole display with the Mego figure and the box lizard made such an impression. Just
what a great memory.
Yep. Yeah. So definitely, the boxes are cool. Very cool.
I'm trying to get the chat working on YouTube. Maybe nobody's on there. Maybe nobody is on there, but. So while we're talking about these, I want to go to, I have like I have a segue. So I'm going to go to the Nun.
There you go.
And I just want everybody to see, because this
is
something, anybody that doesn't want this figure,
this is
Kevin.
This is a cool figure. It just
Kevin.
Is it Kevin? Yep. For you too, Kevin.
Well, Kevin, he gets. All right. So so Bruce says he found some boxed in Spokane Valley. And remember, these things are online.
They are
at Walmart.com. Just make sure that you're getting them from Walmart.com. They should be $15 roughly, and then
yep,
40, whatever it is for the
2 packs.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to get a clarification, but for those of you that are wondering where the rest of the new Fear is, they should be coming shortly, because it's my understanding that they were literally on a different boat, and that boat is also where it's supposed to be. It's
that
just
cool or what, Jason? Yep. So like the next maybe week to 10 days or something, more than likely.
And for those of you that are into accessories, this is it's a very nice belt that they've designed.
Yep.
This figure works for me in every single way. It's
so cool.
That everything. I love everything about it. My absolute favorite.
It's generating a lot of response from people who think it's scary as all get out. I mean,
it is.
Now, here's something that I wanted to point out to you guys, and I don't know why it is, but I noticed it today. You notice that the Invisible Man and Mole People have something in common, whereas the Nun. Sorry, I'm trying not to drop my stuff. The Nun and Toxic Avenger does not. And I'll cut to the chase. What it is there's no warning labels on the Nun at all, which I think is very cool. I love the back.
How about the one you have? Is it on top, maybe?
Oh, wow. Oh, well, there you go, ruining my thing. Yeah, okay, so they put it on top, which is probably where they should probably put them all.
Yeah, I think it looks better there. I mean, that way it doesn't distract from the front of the box at all. But you're right, Scott. Yeah,
I think we're going to have to send that down the pipeline and see if we can get a. I'm just assuming there's nobody on YouTube right now, because we've got. Yeah, okay, that's cool. But for reasons of our own, we did not want to advertise for this. We just wanted to come on and do it. We don't want any pressure.
Okay, that's something. Yep.
Why it's the Mego Lounge and not.
Well, that's why I was in a uniform. I was just sitting at home in my uniform. Scott's like, "Hey, come on with us." I'm like, "I don't have time to change."
So here's a true story, and I'm not judging. I swear to God, I'm not judging. I contacted Jason about 20 minutes before, and I contacted him through a text message, and I swear to you, I could hear the shh of him. Well, I'll be right back. And then he was already dressed. So what I'm trying to say is Jason just kind of wears his Starfleet uniform in the house.
Hey,
unsupervised.
Oh, I was watching Star Trek while in uniform.
It's the only way to watch. The only way to watch, right?
That's so cool. That's so cool. Now,
hey, I gotta point out real quick, Scott. Somebody said something about we can finally have the Sound of Music customs. That's pretty good. Yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
He said, so they said what?
Sound of Music customs because of the Nun figure. So that's pretty cool.
I'm thinking the singer and the flying Nun myself. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Well,
she's got flight cleaners in the little habit there. You flip them up, and she's a flying Nun.
And so check that out. So this is what, and I do gotta, you call it whatever you want to. I'm speaking because it's truth. Well, I just ripped the box.
What?
That is a con. A con is
be
this.
Careful.
It's hard as hell to get these things out of this tight box. Okay, but let's go back to the pros. The Habit.
Yeah.
It's everything about it's just designed really well. Comes off with ease. Yeah. Hey, she's two-faced. A lot of these people. Not
right.
Anyway. But
it fits really well too. It
fits really well, and the thing is I messed it up because I already had this out, but it was folded perfectly in the back, just like a Habit's supposed to be. I know a little bit about Habits because I used to date a nun. We didn't get very far.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what's cool about that Nun figure too? When you think about it, something like that could be used for future figures too, like a Hyde figure, for instance, or something like that. You know what I mean? Or
yes. The whole concept. They've already look. Some diehard horror fans / Mego heads way ahead of you, man. The first thing they did is, why didn't they do Hyde like that?
Yeah.
You know what? That it would be that's I would definitely do that. And I do think that I know, having Paul Clark involved with this, Paul's he's just one of those guys. I mean, he knows what's cool, and he knows what is it when it comes to these figures. You know, everything from that's why we saw the clear bodies. That's why we saw the flocked bodies. That's why that's why we've seen all these things coming forth. You know, because Paul's there to remind these guys. Well, hey, it's almost as if Paul is the old. Well, it's exactly it. He's the guy that knows all the plays from the playbooks, from the beginning of the playbooks for these guys. Whereas Joel and Marty, their last 20 years were doing, other type of stuff. Paul still got that playbook stuff, and that's why all this stuff is coming out. So I definitely see the rotate, and that wasn't even a Mego thing. That's another toy line. Actually, that's a Big Jim. They had that Big Jim, where he had an angry face, Except for Mego's version, it was a hell of a lot better, because I had that Big Jim when I was a kid, and that thing looked like he had Tourette's, because he would sit there and he'd shake all the time,
Yeah.
But I do want to call attention to probably everybody's favorite, because out of all the two packs, it's the one that went together perfectly, because it's an actual scene from the movie. It's a big deal. It's putting on the Ritz. It was a nice thing. But what I wanted to show you is, because I also have what you're going to see when you get these things, not only the box, but you're going to see,
very cool, Jason,
when you open up the box, you have these. So you're getting boxes and cards.
Very
Richard,
cool.
Hey, Richard, how you doing, man? Richard just got one of Young Frankenstein things. So, and of course, I've had a lot of questions asked, and the main one is, are these, when they come out on single packs, are they going to be in tuxedos? Of course, we already had. Oh wow, okay. Of course, we already had.
We got the doctor in the lab coat and the turtleneck already. And then the monster's coming next. As far as what he's going to be wearing, don't know yet. Don't know if it's going to be the tuxedos you see there, or the monster garb.
That's the question, right?
Yep.
And that's been the burning question. Thanks, Jason, for having these open. Even though I was going to open these, you just helped me out a lot. So
I love the top hat and the canes, with the figures too. That just totally,
absolutely.
Too. I mean, keep in mind that they did the whole layering of costumes here, and it's gorgeous. They did a great job on these.
Which is going back to the other thing, and that is like everything, it's a build, right? So Mego, which we know Wave 1 through 3, the Target stuff. I mean, it's nobody's favorite, but and then we know, like, oh man, they, it seems like, wow, why didn't they include this, or why didn't they include that?
Right,
I think it's like everything else. You got to build up equity. Once you've established, like they're designing everything, or getting the designs, even if some of it might have been some Doc Mego stuff or whatever it was, but they're getting their own toolbox put together. Until then, when they come out with a complicated character, they can only do so much. You're starting to see layers. You're starting to see more to it than was. Why? Because their toolbox is getting full, and that's the way you win it.
I think it's the thing when you look at what Mego back in the day started out with Action Jackson. You see the progression up to like a Green Arrow or a Conan or the Fantastic Four. You kind of see it. You're seeing that progression now from first waves 1 through 3 up into like the Nun. Starting back again, getting the feedback under them and everything like that. You just see the progression, and it just keeps getting better and better.
So even with even what you just said, you're right, except for one thing. Remember, they started with Action Jackson, which had tons of tooling, and all those things, they use those for years and years to come.
Right.
Everything from from the Lost Continent.
Oh yeah,
that shape became the Batcave. Then it became Planet of the Apes Village.
Yep.
To the treehouse was reused. Umpteen times.
Yeah.
Great, and all those little those beautiful tooling. That Axon Jackson Jeep, one of my favorite pieces of all time. A little Jeep that steers itself. All right, you get a little bit too fresh there. But
I agree with you, Scott. I was thinking more of like that clean, crisp aesthetic. You know what I mean? Going from like where Action Jack started into like the future with like the '76 releases, and you're seeing kind of like that crisp aesthetic with like the Invisible Man, in the outfit,
exactly,
and
exactly. Which is why when the top stuff starts coming out, that's what I'm waiting for, because I know a lot of this is going to have some complicated stuff.
Right.
Or more complicated than not. And then again, as soon as let's face it, as soon as we get one Deep Space Nine figure in there, that now we got the outfit.
Right.
So with that, even though Quark it's not too many. That's more of like his own personal wardrobe, but still. Yeah.
But you could see different variations of Quark, different outfits and things like that. He has so many different looks on the show that it's
true.
Endless,
Every episode, a different costume.
Yep, endless, for sure. And hey, we got to give some love to that Flock 2-pack too, man. That Flock werewolf was and still is a favorite. People still love that.
Man. That's one of, and that's that. That actually, that Invisible Man, that was the first inkling of, hey man, we're not just gonna, we're here to do something. But hey, Richard, I'm gonna answer that question. I don't have an answer. Yeah. But Richard Mark, is there any reason why we haven't seen the muscle bodies like the Hulk and stuff like that? I think we're a ways away from that, and if we do see it, it will not be like they were. It'll be geared towards what the newer bodies or the new body will look like. And once you see those, you'll know what we mean. You know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're going to see a tiny Hulk as opposed to, even though that would be I guess that could be a hunchback. Well, that'd be a bell ringing crazy hunchback. But so I'm thinking that our buddy should be here.
Doc, yeah, it should be. I don't think we showed this one on camera yet. If we did, I apologize. I'm going to show it again.
Oh yeah. And
let's really praise Tyler Hamm, because he did such an incredible job on the hands as well as the head sculpt.
And the hands are character specific. I know early on there were some shots, with the other hands from the Gill Man, but these are specific hands for the mole people.
Yep, and also
even when we shot the original prototype pictures that people saw that had the creature hands, the plan even then was to do Tyler's. He just didn't have them ready in time for our prototype shoots.
Yep. There you go.
Claude Rains is probably one of those licenses we can't. That I don't think he comes with Universal. He might. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, Scott. Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead. We'll change Yeah.
I never noticed the claws before.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
I didn't even think to look.
That's very cool.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, when we're done showing the mole people, bring that 2-pack of the Fly and the Werewolf up to show people, too.
I got you. I don't have one open. I'm sure Jason does. And
it kind of grabbing it as we speak.
There you go.
It kind of left me in a...
can't find them all. There's our...
Because remember, I never got that flocked...
oh, yeah, okay. Yep.
But I don't know if I want to... But here's the thing. So now for anybody out there saying like, man, these are two rehashed characters. You're right. And the thing is that flocked werewolf, it's one of those things. In my opinion, it's that good to reintroduce anyway. It gives other people a chance.
It's not easy to find right now. So to have them both in one gift set, it's perfect. These are iconic.
It is.
So
It's such a cool look figure. Both figures look cool. That werewolf flock, I mean, for whatever reason, it just captures like the essence of Mego. You know what I mean?
That's Paul.
It is.
No,
I was just
and I
texting.
love the eyes in
is
this
it?
werewolf. So piercing and penetrating the eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Did a really good job.
It is.
All right.
It's really cool.
So listen, guys, we got Dr. Mego.
There he is.
Paul,
Yeah, I've only been sitting there like 10 minutes.
you know what? We were just talking about you. I didn't see you, buddy. I
I
really
had to
didn't.
call Frank to get in.
We're in.
Hey, Frank, I'm waiting outside here.
You're in.
Yeah, whoopee.
Well, hopefully you had a drink keeping you warm.
Jason, don't leave home without it.
There you go.
He's had 3.
I got a pint of it.
He's had 3. I was watching him. No, I didn't see you. Did I say what? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul. So listen, man.
I used to work with an old Irishman who said, old Irish
that
programmer,
explains everything.
who would order 2 pints of Guinness at a time. And the waitress was like, I'll bring you another. He said, darling, the second one is for the time it takes you to go get me another.
Yeah, right.
I need one ready.
There you go.
Hey,
Anyway.
Paul.
But then he should ask, when he reorder, he should ask for 2 more. That way, he'd never be without.
He did, Frank. He did. It's that Frank.
So we've come to the conclusion that you guys have planned this, and you're just getting increasingly better with everything each series release to the point where
that's the plan. The plan is have more time, do better work.
Yes.
As opposed to we got to get 60 figures out in 3 months.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Like Target.
Yeah.
This is, and Paul, look, you know what I think about these boxes, man. This number one, what's great about this? Oh, so check this out. I knew what I was going to tell you. 8 of these. It takes 8 to fill a case instead of 6. So a case now can hold 8 figures. It's cost effective. I would do everything in boxes for the rest of my life. Everything.
Oh.
I just think that
It's up to the retailers.
Okay.
Just like it was up to Kresge back in the day to ask for cards.
Yeah.
Which then became the standard of the industry.
To this day. Yep.
The retailer calls the shots. If they want to look, Walmart was giving us an end cap. They were putting them on a shelf.
Right.
So boxes worked.
Yeah.
If it's a different retailer, they'd say, yeah, boxes are great. I know. They have a hang tag, but not everybody likes it. Just like they didn't always like the boxes. Mego boxes had a cardboard cutout hang tag.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
And not everybody likes it.
Yeah.
Retailers are different. So we're not just going to unilaterally switch over to boxes.
Right.
I do
what the retailer wants.
I do think the Go Green is in your favor, though. I'm glad for that. I am glad for that because
except for the plastic tray that's inside the box.
What they don't know.
No, it doesn't work like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
the EU, I think next year is starting a no plastics in the packaging.
Listen, man, you've got to go into your Star Trek vocabulary, and you just need to come out with some clear cardboard.
Yeah. Right. Or really throw back
transparent cardboard.
Do solid boxes. You know what I mean? Artwork on both sides.
Well, that's the problem. See, that's actually where they want to go. Almost like the old 64 GI Joes.
Right.
Or the original Megos, where you didn't know until you opened it up.
Yeah.
And they've been experimenting that. Mattel's been experimenting with that with Barbies.
Yes.
And they're finding the loss. The things stolen out of the package to be building up. Now, I don't know. It'll work out. I mean, how the old Action Jackson figures were stitched onto a card.
Yeah.
And then put in another thing.
That's how
we're doing the GI Joe line.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do it with cardboard anyway, though. You just make it where they pinch right in. Same thing with the Because actually, well, I guess I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
Well, Paul, let me ask you this: out of the box figures, which one came out? I mean, which one do you have a favorite?
I don't get to see them much. Everything, it comes in, samples come in. Yeah, the Invisible Man was good. Yeah. Mole People, all they gave us in the style guide was black and white screen grabs. So it was very frustrating.
Right.
We didn't, I mean, on the back is the movie poster.
Yeah.
We didn't even have that in the style guide. But, we thought, well, you got to have the movie poster,
Right.
But the Invisible Man looked good because Universal had put better artwork in for the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
But the big problem with really old stuff, old properties, is everything is low resolution.
Got ya.
And when you print, you need high res. So,
yep.
The graphics artists are always trying to take things off the internet. And we're like, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's not, we have to go by style guide. And yet, when I look in the Star Trek style guide, the only thing they have a Locutus is a drawing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I'm literally screen capturing images from the episodes just to get a look at what his back looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't call the Trekkie who's got about 100 gigabytes of stock footage on his hard drive.
Oh, I did not know that. You have been holding out on me. Stock foot. Wait. You got high-res images of Star Trek?
Yes.
Next generation.
Ever since computers were created, man, I've been looking for high-res imagery for a long.
There you go.
From the episode, screen cap.
Call me first, Paul. Call me first if you need something.
Hey,
There you go.
We do, and you do, and
there you go.
This is an asset you did not tell me you had.
He was holding out on you. Come on,
he's holding out. You're holding out on
you. Didn't think it was weird when you said, "Hey, we don't have an insignia for this." And I'm like, "Oh, I got it taken care of." You didn't wonder?
Well, yeah, you go on the internet. You find there's stuff out there.
Yeah.
But it just annoys me that, look, I remember back in the 90s, a friend of mine was doing T-shirts, Star Trek T-shirts. And he showed me the Next Generation style guide. And it was everything. Every background, everything, every rank, every hit, everything in the show. And I was like, great. And then we got the Star Trek license. And I'm like, all right, give me the style guide.
Yeah.
I will bask in its glow. I will wade through it day after day, just taking it. There's nothing. Screen grabs.
Really?
So we've asked, been asking the Star Trek people. Because if I ask, for something, they'll come up with it and be like, did you want high-res pictures of Saru? Oh, here you go.
There you go.
I go, well, okay, but why isn't that available? Like, why do I have to ask you? Like, oh, by the way, do you have pictures of Locutus? Otherwise, you're looking at what other people put out.
Yeah.
And that's nice, but, I don't want to do Sideshow's Locutus. I want to go to the source.
Got you.
Anyway.
That's nice.
Just for instance.
Got to say, Paul, this one turned out pretty damn good, man.
Hell yeah, it did.
Frank.
Hell yeah, it did.
You're Catholic. Did you go to Catholic school?
Yeah, it scares me. That's why I like it so much.
You know I've never met a nun that was nice. My wife has. But every battle axe I ever met was an expert in torture. They grab the hair back behind your ear and grab the little hairs there, pull. They could bring a 6-foot boy down to his knees.
Down to the knees. Yep.
Ninjas.
That's why
I really didn't want to make the nun. I did not, and I hate modern horror movies. I like monsters. I just don't like some of the stuff out now. But they're like, we're gonna do the nun.
It's popular.
The nun.
I mean,
it's a good character.
I stole.
I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's the movie.
It doesn't matter. This is a great character, and I hope you use that gimmick again.
Well, the funny thing was the gimmick was stolen from Big Jim.
That's what we just. Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean,
Think alike. Absolutely. Yep.
No, it was. I had a Zorak.
Yes.
And you move his arm, and the head pops around.
Well,
Kenner also did it with superpowers with Orion.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and I mean, I will absolutely rip off an idea.
Mattel did it with Manny Faces from the Master Universe, too.
Right.
Yeah.
It worked because of the veil.
Yes.
I said the veil can swing around. You can pull it off, put it on. So yeah, no, I somebody said, "Oh, that's genius." Probably Jason. He's a sucker. He's like, "Oh, that's a genius," and I'm like, I ripped it off from our old Big Jim Zorak.
Yeah.
Wait. So
it worked.
Who didn't know that, Paul?
It works.
Who didn't know it?
No, who didn't? Who? I mean, it was a genius movie, no matter what. But I mean, you talk about like what did Joel say? Joel, oh wow.
Well, Joel didn't play with Big Jim.
Joel said the only action figure he ever had was
Jungle Jet.
Jet Jungle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't play. I mean, but like, that's what I do there. I'm like the weird. I'm the weird nerd that says, well, you see Pike, the Telosians can't be far behind.
Right.
And they're like, what does that mean?
Yeah, right.
Like, now they know. Now everybody knows,
In case nobody has...
By the way, Paul, weird nerds are in now, so you finally hit...
I know. Apparently nerd culture took over the world.
It did.
How you doing, Brian?
Brian, how you doing?
Good. Good, guys. Hey, good to see you, man.
The Hugh Hefner of nerd culture.
Congratulations on all your successes. Thank you for hanging with us,
thanks,
little
man.
people.
Yeah.
Funny. I just got back from dinner with a friend, and she's like, "Oh, a famous author is hanging out with me."
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, no.
For those of you who don't know, Brian Heiler's newest offering is knockoffs.
It's going into second printing.
Oh,
it's
nice.
going into second printing. So if you missed out on the first one,
yep.
Yeah.
And no cease and desist yet from Marvel.
No,
not at all.
You have Hulk on the cover.
Mexico is saying, no, we didn't give you permission to use this stuff. But not Marvel, no. I think it's funny, though. I did have to write like a legal disclaimer for the book that's like, we don't own any of these properties. But then it's like, neither did the people that made these.
That's right.
Like it's all bullshit.
Yep. That's the whole. Yep.
Yeah, it felt weird writing that, but you have to write that sort of legalese,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the guy to contact you to say you ripped off my ripoff.
Yeah, right.
How is Marvin Azrak?
Yeah.
He's a colorful character, that man. I'm just working on some stuff about Remco, and my God, the stuff that guy did is so crazy. I just got told a story recently where the president of Hasbro walked in because Remco at the time was ripping off My Little Pony, G.I. Joe, and Transformers. So when it was a Hassenfeld brother, I can't remember which one, if it was Steven or Alan, but I'm pretty sure it was Steven Hassenfeld, walked through the Remco offices. Everyone was like, "Oh crap!" Yeah, this is not gonna be good. And according to this, this former Remco employee, Marvin said, "You know what? I've got an idea. Why don't I just license your brands and make my own figures?" Like, that was his answer to him for like ripping him off. It's like, basically, why don't I just pay you a royalty?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's a brass balls move,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So Brian, go ahead, Scott.
I'm sorry. I gotta say this looks really good. I don't know what group I just tuned into, but this whole thing looks really good, man. I don't know this, the stream, our stream right now looks really fantastic on, I think it's Mego Corp.
Nice.
You got 5 guys who are relaxed and hanging in the lounge.
It's like it's
I know Brian's in an adult bookstore.
That's right.
That's the only place I've seen that had the lights going like that.
Yeah, it's fairly accurate.
It is.
I have an entrance that takes you into an alley as well.
Yes.
No on the street entrance.
Oh man, that's wild. Hey Brian, gotta ask you, as far as the Happy New Fear stuff, what do you think, man? What are your impressions? What do you like?
Yeah, I was really taken by it, and I was surprised at how smitten I was. Like, my favorites are the ones I don't have. So like, I really like the Mole People was a huge one.
Yeah.
I've always found the Invisible Man kind of a snoozy character.
Okay.
But I really liked the head sculpt was cool. The outfit looked really sharp, and I love the clear hands. Like, that was really
clear body.
Yeah, I know, but
his clothes off. He's all
I haven't taken his clothes off.
It's anything you
what
did.
kind of dog collector?
I did.
A lazy one.
Yeah.
But the one that surprised me. Hi, it just says hi Brian from Facebook user. Is the Toxic Avenger. Couldn't. I'm a mild fan of the character, but that just worked so well.
Yeah.
I thought we screwed up the costume because I thought first I thought she'd be on a Hulk body, but we don't have that option.
Yeah, but he's not that big.
I thought, I've watched the movie. I mean, he's really in a shredded tutu.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a ballet outfit he's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it should be more shredded on top. And it was like, the factory was like, yeah, we'll put some jagged.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
no aesthetic to it. That very simplified Mego toyetic thing going on. So I thought it was actually a plus that it looked like.
Yeah, I was really smitten with it. It's cool. It's probably like the box and everything like that. It's a surprise for me because, like I said, I remember the trauma stuff and I like it, but I was just like, damn, there's something just really charming about this figure.
It just translates so well.
If it sells, we're gonna have to do Sergeant Kabuki Man.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, come on.
I love you, Paul. I love you, Paul.
I mean, we got trauma, so
Toxie has a a following of 80s kids too because of that cartoon and all that stuff. Yeah.
And we have the Toxic Crusaders in the license.
Nice.
No way.
We can go long and deep in Toxie.
Very cool.
If it has legs.
Phrasing.
Yeah. I can tell you on just on Instagram and Twitter, it's a huge hit. People just are coming out, from everywhere, showing it, buying it, loving it really. So
I wanted to send you guys a Mego. There's some reviews of this stuff coming up from people who don't normally talk about Mego stuff.
Yeah.
But the last one I watched, I swear this guy just couldn't make a sentence without swearing. Like, it was just unbelievable how much swearing he was doing.
I saw that one.
He was excited.
Showed that in the office. And
he was excited. Yep, I know who you're talking about.
This guy cannot put a sentence together without obscenities.
He loves me. He loves it. He loves the
Maybe he has Tourette's.
He loves it, man.
Did you see a review? But it's just like, my god, dude.
Did you see, Frank? Did you see the thing that I sent you today about Zach?
Yes. Yep. I'm going to try and get in touch with him. Absolutely.
Definitely. I mean, he's definitely. That was pretty good.
That was cool. Very cool.
Zach Wild has been showing off his Mego collection, and he's got quite a few of the new ones.
Yeah. So I love that he has the Willy Wonka one. That's awesome.
I know, right? Out of all things.
Who's that?
Zach Wild. Ozzy Osbourne's guitarist for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
It makes me really feel like an old man.
Yeah, well,
can tell he posted that stuff on his Instagram account too, and he's got over 1 million followers. So
I think we need to get these guys together, get Leonardo together with Zach, and then maybe we can kind of like sneak in the back door or something like that. And they won't ever,
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure. That's cool though. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
there are tons of Mego fans out there from everywhere.
Yeah, that was. I've noticed that especially with the New Fear thing, because I'm always looking for the Mego Museum newsletter. I'm looking for like YouTube videos, just anyone who's talking about Mego, and it's like there's starting to be all these names.
Yep.
With significant followings that are talking about Mego, and it's like, oh, that's nice. Like it's getting more of a mainstream acceptance, and that's really cool.
It is. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think.
Okay. So Toxic Avenger's mop head does glow in the dark.
Oh, neat.
Very cool.
We requested that. I just didn't know if it ever actually happened.
Very cool.
Because I don't get
that's one I'm keeping. I really like.
Any samples we get go to Jason.
Right.
And then I don't know what happens to them.
And then they don't tell me interesting stuff like they glow, so no one ever knows.
Yeah. Well,
That's cool.
Dealing with the factory is like yelling in a tunnel.
Yeah.
No idea what gets you're like. Did you even hear? Did you hear what I said? Do you have any idea?
Yeah.
All right.
Paul,
with everything that's gone on with COVID and language barriers and everything, not being able to be in the factory, I'm amazed at how much high quality stuff they've been able to put out, which is a testament to you guys getting them to do it. I mean, what a handicap this way.
Paul, are these guys this particular lot right here? Is this the same? Is this the same factory you guys have been dealing with? Is it finally getting to the point where you guys are starting to be that tunnel is getting a little bit narrower and they're starting to understand?
Yeah. This is the same factory we've dealt with since Target.
Okay.
Oh, so the Invisible Man's head looks stunning. Like there's a really nice paint wash on that.
Right.
Yeah.
So Brian. So now that we've got these in hand, here's a question for you. Because, actually, but I'd say for Paul, but because Paul is responsible. So for as long as you've been on the scene.
I'm not responsible at all.
Well, I mean, just not for this particular.
According to my dad.
But these. Look, man, I'm blown away by these boxes. I'm blown away with so many different things.
They have a huge, when I opened that box on the show, that was really cool. Oh wow, I felt like a little kid for a minute, They're almost, obviously they're, you can destroy them, but you can put stickers, you can put price tags, you could put clearance if it ever comes to that, and these things will peel right off because of this. It's got a
coated.
Yeah, it's got an aqua coating. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So this is it, man. This is it. And look, just like the Nun, there's not a bad angle to this box at all.
You know what killed me though is of all the ones I got, I should have taped a video of this. I could not open the creature box. It just wouldn't. How you it's a trick. You've just got.
I've been having right.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get that damn figure out of the box, and I tore it because it was. I just wish I was trying to get the video out quickly, but it really was you got to be kidding me! Of all the characters, the creature is the one that I'm having trouble getting the damn thing out of.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
You're actually the only one that was able to get the box creature so far. So.
That
don't
was
complain too much. You're the only one who's seen it.
I'm actually going to give it.
There
away.
You go.
So I decided to keep half of them, and the other 3 I gave away the Nun this morning. If Paul Theodore is watching, oh look, Jason's got one.
Because you don't want it in your house any more than I do.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Most of my great aunts.
Don't suffer a nun to live.
Just
All right.
Speaking of Ozzy, now would be the time. Put him right next to the nun. You know.
There you go. Bark at the moon. Yep.
Yeah. Ozzy and is Alice Cooper still a thing, or is that like lost in the weeds?
That would be a Paul question.
Yeah.
On advice of counsel, I cannot answer on the
ground. Give him another drink. Give him another drink.
Yeah. I know. Seriously, I don't know.
Okay.
You know, I mean, you know, the music thing, it was like, well, let's keep doing it. Let's do more of these. And it was like just dead air. You know, it's like, you know, nobody was like, yes, I want to really, you know, take a position on music.
Oh, yeah,
rock music. And it's like, so when you show it to retailers and they all go, you know, it's like, okay, well, then it's not something to, you know, I know it. Everybody's like, oh, I have a list. I want this. I want to drink the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't. Yeah.
Until Paul McCartney gets hit in the head or something and says, I need money.
Right.
Which, that's believable if it's Ringo, but not.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you know, there's certain things Beatles will allow out there and other things they don't. I don't blame them. If I were Paul McCartney, I don't think I'd want an action figure of me.
So, I know this is just beating a dead horse, but how did they get the Hallmark stuff? How did Hallmark get away with it? Just out of curiosity. Not that I'm trying to pressure you for Beatles.
I don't know.
A lot of money for a license.
I don't know. What Walmart did figurines?
Hallmark did. They did. It's a holiday thing, but it's all 4 band members. They're about this tall. I got it in the other room. They have the drum stage, all the guitars, and then Hamilton.
From Ed Sullivan.
I remember Hamilton. Yeah, they did. They did figures.
Yep, 64 appearance from Sullivan.
I don't know.
Then they did. There's 9-inch ones made by Hamilton. No, not McFarlane. The Hamilton. This is also Beatles from '64.
Okay.
And the guitars they're not very articulated. And then there's the Yellow Submarine ones.
Well, Yellow Submarine was animated, and that's not really their voices.
Gotcha.
Right, but these are 12-inch.
Yellow Submarine's always been available.
Okay.
As a separate, it's not really the Beatles. It's cartoons that look somewhat like the Beatles. I don't know if Ed Sullivan has the. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I wonder if the Ed Sullivan Show has rights to that because they were on there.
That look, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anything about Beatles licensing, and I don't want to get into it. You know, because I'm just making things up. You know.
Yeah, I got you.
And I don't think that's a good idea. But you know, I don't want anybody to think I actually know how the river runs. You know.
Yeah, right.
Beatles. I don't know. It's a mystery to me.
Yeah. Hey, Brian. Switching gears real quick. What did you think about the 2-packs? I mean, which one was your favorite?
I only got one, and it's the one that I would have wanted the most, which is the
Santa got his letter.
The Lee and Cushing.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool.
And it also got it also was the Cushing with the candlesticks,
cool.
which I didn't get, and so that was my favorite. Although I do really like the putting on the Ritz.
Yes, that's a cool one.
The young Frankenstein. That's really fantastic.
Very well. Yeah.
And, is the regular release monster going to just be in the tuxedo, or was that a special thing for the 2-packs?
That's a great question.
We want to do it as for the 2-pack. Because if you're going to do a 2-pack, originally it was going to be Dr. Frankenstein and Igor.
Okay.
Right.
And Igor, and it was like, well, that doesn't look good. That's not really what you want to do.
Right. I'm so glad that you changed that.
You want to do the monster and Dr. Frankenstein in putting on the Ritz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had the tuxedo from Bela Lugosi.
Right.
That's right.
We just had to hustle that head through product to get it done.
Okay.
It was in progress. Of course, we are going to do them, but
Yeah.
And somebody kept, I think it was Bill White, kept banging on it. When are they going to do? Is he going to be released as regular outfit? I'm like, what do you think? I was like, finally I realized, okay, I guess we would say, look, we're probably going to do him in his regular outfit. Why wouldn't we?
Why not, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone else is in their regular outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
it's a cool set. I mean, the monster came out really nice, Paul. It looks good.
Yeah, it looks really good. That's the first time.
Here's Jason. Hold yours up, Jason. There you go.
So this is what I was talking about, Paul, real quick.
So it's Ed Sullivan. Yeah.
Right. And then there's...
I don't know. You know.
What about Mego getting the license to Ed Sullivan himself?
Very cool, Jason.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because, guys really want an Ed Sullivan action figure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's these.
Yeah. You know what? I don't like to say this because it sounds rude, but anybody wants to step up and say, "I'll take 10,000 of those." Everybody will want them. Okay, step up to the plate.
I'll take 10,000 sleeve stacks.
There you
go. That'll sell.
That's the kind. I mean, seriously. I went through it when we were doing Star Trek with Diamond. I bought 500 of each figure. And put them up in my attic for 10 years and let everybody else sell them. And I just sat on them, incubating like a boil.
Into beautiful.
And then when everybody else had sold theirs, then I start to sell mine.
There you go.
At full price or higher. Because I wanted to punish the people who didn't buy them early on. Because I know we're all 40-something-year-old men, and you saw them. And you chose not to. You're like, oh, wait till they come down. Okay. I'll play the other side of that equation.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll wait till they go up, and then I'll come after. And then I'll make it so
Have you seen the prices on some Biff Bang Pow figures?
Yes.
Like, it's insane.
No, because not many were made.
Yeah.
I have 2 helpers on the card. And I'm figuring that, I'll have to put my kid through college sometime.
Yeah.
Good luck on that.
Actually, I think helper goes for like $200 on the card. So,
and you're going to get your kid through college on that?
Well, no, I'm kidding. But there was
a
time about a year ago where I needed something for a custom, and I just tore one of those. What is that guy? The Dr. Henry Killinger off the card, and I used his outfit or something for what I was doing.
Yeah.
Then I Googled what the hell those sell for now. And it's like, oh my God. Like I just
that was the most expensive custom ever.
$60 down the toilet,
Right.
And I had like a bunch I was saving for myself. And I couldn't get over the pricing. Like it's just insane. When those went on clearance, I bought cases of them because I just loved them. And they're almost all gone now, but they were amazing. I wish Lost figures were valuable.
Yes,
I got pieces of those.
Venture Brothers. I had hoped Venture Brothers was going to be big.
You know what? They tried the 8-inch, then they tried the 3-inch.
Yep.
And it is huge now, but at the time, it was like throwing a party that only a few people came.
Yeah.
And they couldn't figure it out. It's a very cult, and it's a grower, not a shower, I guess.
Did you design all that? I'm sorry, Brian. I wanted to
No. I actually just lent the tooling. I said to them, I'll help out as much as you can, but I'm quite frankly, I'm working on Star Trek, DC Superheroes, and Universal Monsters. So, if you want me to pitch in, but, these guys, Biff Bang Pow knew how to design action figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just didn't want to tool a body if I already had one, so I lent them some of my tooling.
Okay.
Wow. So who? I mean that.
So I get a credit on them, and I got some figures, but
Right.
Did did they? Because each one of those figures, I mean, they're all different. Obviously, they're all different from each other, but I mean, they're like different bodies, different. Everybody comes with a bunch of.
I tooled the Hulk body.
Okay.
Right. That I know.
Swivel arms for Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
They wanted to do more muscular arms for Flash Gordon, for movie Flash Gordon, and they said, "Well, could you make better muscle arms?" And I said, "Well, yeah, okay. I'll have a sculptor work on it." They go, "We need it next week."
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that was the original.
Then we'll take the LJN arms and put them in the box.
LJN arms, right?
Yeah, and
We
that
will
was
just take the LJN arms and rip them off.
And that was the original Brick Mantle body as well, because that came out around the same time.
Yep.
Yeah, and just trying to think.
They were using my factory, so it
yeah,
was all there.
and they were using some of the same sculptors. Sean Sansom did some of the $6 Million Man characters. He did the Shatner from the Twilight Zone.
Okay, yes.
I'm trying to think what else he did. That was because I hooked him up with them, but I don't know who their other sculptors were.
I don't know.
Yeah,
They didn't give credits.
No,
I got you. Well, listen, gentlemen. I'm going to segue real quick. I have to drop off, but I want to say, just before I do, Happy New Fear, everybody. If you haven't yet, check your local Walmarts, walmart.com. Go get them. They're out there. So just one shameless plug. My website will be up in about 2 weeks, absoluteretro.com. So there you go. I want to thank everybody.
You will never find someone with higher customer service than this guy right over here.
Hey, a little maybe. But hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate you letting me be on tonight.
All right, Frank. Hey, man.
All right, guys. Yep, thanks.
I'll call you.
See you guys.
And
hey,
bye-bye.
I've actually got a crying puppy, so I'm going to have to jet in a few minutes, too.
I'm waiting to see if Joel's going to pop in. He's trying to get on. He's having some static where he's at. So he's messaging me. He's messaging me now, right? By the way. So let me see what he says real quick. This is kind of, I can't get sound out of my computer.
Doing a review tomorrow of some more knockoffs I got, and it's going to be all Kung Fu themed stuff. And,
oh, really?
And this is a bit of a surprise or a sneak peek. I'm going to be looking at the Spy Girl doll, which, there's some neat stuff. Actually, I don't even know if I'd call this stuff knockoffs because there's nobody technically being ripped off here. I mean, you can put action figures in karate gis, and it's perfectly legal, but there's going to be some familiar Mego faces in this one.
Nice.
Kind of fun. Yeah.
That
Lion Rock stuff just lasted forever.
That's good though.
Yeah.
Hey, I typed up this comment. I'll just go ahead and say it now. I'll leave it anyway. But I had the Remco Spider-Man and I had the Remco Batman. I bought them both at the same time. I already knew it was going to be a disaster because my parents, it was time to get rid of my action figures. That lasted for about 6 months, and then I needed more. So Mom, in an emergency mission, took me to the closest department store, and that's all there was. The 8-inch were gone. All I had was a 12-inch. I did manage to get the 12-inch Spider-Man and Hulk, but let me tell you something. Oh, and Pulsar and the Hypnos guy and all that. That's weird. Off. That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay. I have superpowers. Sorry.
Yeah.
What was I? Oh, so the first mission was the last mission. I put the battery in. They did was they climbed up. We had a beer keg. They climbed up there, used the flashlight. I even had the helicopter.
The sculpts are really solid on those figures, but they are.
They look great, but you can only do so much of this.
They're boring.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't like strap hanger action?
I had more fun with the AHI parachute guys because I had all those. Even though they walked around like this all day, but
obviously,
Poppy in Japan made a really amazing 10-inch Spider-Man figure that shot missiles out of one hand, and the other hand had a hook, and you put him on, and he went up like it's like a bells and whistles type toy, but it had neat gimmicks that kids would like. But the Remco ones are they're kind of crass, to be honest with you. Like I didn't know they continued the series. I didn't know they did the 9-inch ones. Yeah, the Powerized.
Something there.
Yeah, again, great packaging art, really nice sculpts, but what are you going to do with a Captain America that you can make his shield spin? Like, you know, I would be. There's no play value to that whatsoever.
No.
So
No.
you know, I got more play value when I was a kid. I'd put my Aurora comic scenes together and use them as action figures. You know, like take them off the
Oh
card.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
at least they're dynamically posed. You know, that there's kind of that thing going on. But
Robin he didn't have to pull the switch every time.
Yeah,
He could do other things.
I don't know what, but yeah, Robin's a bad example.
Well,
my dad bought a train car of those when I was a kid.
Really?
I have the a train car, an entire train car.
Wow.
For like 77 cents each. I have the original invoice from Aurora, like in '74 when he bought the clothes out.
Aurora of West Hempstead.
Yeah, no, the Aurora, Canada. Aurora had a huge operation here in Canada. In fact, one of my former employees was a former Aurora guy, and I remember being really excited when he finally told me that on a business trip, and I was like, oh, and then all he wanted to talk about was the cars, the AFX. That was his job, and it was like, oh, you don't remember anything about the molecules? Like, no, I didn't deal with that.
That's crazy.
You just got boring again, you know. Because he just loved the what AFX, I think it was, where they went around the track.
Yes.
Or TCR, I can't remember what it was, but
you had TCR. I had TCR. Total Control Racing.
Total Control Racing, which is also an awesome song by the Sleaford Mods. Somebody just asked, when can I order the new issue? Hi, sweetie. I will be putting the finishing touches on that, and it will be out the first week of February, so I can make my diamond purchase order. Yes, I don't know who. It just says Facebook user, but yes, the next issue of Toy Ventures is almost done. Actually, the thing that's giving me the most problems is Planet of the Apes action figure variations.
Really?
Yeah, it's overwhelming. Literally, there's like the first 5 figures. There's like hundreds. It gets to the point where you're like, how many of these need to be in this book? Okay, sweetie, you have to go out. Okay. Yeah.
That's his daughter.
Yeah.
You have to go out.
Yeah.
It puts on the lotion or it gets the hose.
Well, that's not right.
Snap.
No, this is my little puppy here.
Yeah. We all have dogs. We don't have.
Yeah. Which this one has a very specific line, and she wants to go out.
It's
a
red.
Merlot, that's right. It's a little peep that she makes, and it's like
I'll wet the carpet. I'll wet your carpet.
Oh yeah. Even though we have tile, she'll wet the carpet.
I'll find carpeting and
she'll
wet
find it. Yeah. She's it's minus 15 out, but she likes to play on the snow, so I should probably do that. Is there any? Oh, okay, that's probably not me. I think they're asking if you guys are doing any giveaways. I will be doing another giveaway on my YouTube channel and the community page tomorrow. The next figure we're giving away is Slim the Killer Clown in the Happy New Fear box.
Yeah, we found giving things away doesn't really help sales.
No, in fact,
selling things
kind of counterproductive.
Yeah.
So I probably should bounce, guys, as time waits for no man, and it's all carpeted down here, so I gotta go.
That's right.
With you.
What's that?
I said it was an absolute pleasure getting to hang.
Oh yeah. No, thanks, man. I'm really glad I got to jump in. Yes. I just came back from eating pizza with a friend.
Nice.
Really rubbing elbows here. All right.
Cloth napkins, though, right? Cloth napkin restaurant?
Paper towel. Restaurants are closed here. We ordered in. Wow. But anyways, thanks, guys, and it's good seeing everybody. And take care to you folks and Richard and Jason and Scott and Paul. Good seeing you. And my condolences to Miss Joel there, but I'll tune in after I go for my walk.
There you go. All right, buddy.
Cheers,
Thanks
guys.
for coming on, man.
Take care.
We need we need a Paul story. It's been a while, Paul.
Oh yeah.
Not to put you on the spot, Paul, but
these two hookers are in their room.
There you go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
These two hookers are in my room. Now I have to go to. I have to go to fabric stores in Manhattan, and I go in these places and that supply Broadway, Broadway shows, So I'm like, can I get a yard of this? And they're like, what kind of show are you working on? And I go,
a small
I make
production.
toys. I make action figures, 8-inch action figures. I'll get a lot of pieces out of 1 yard. And they just look at me, with that look of sad amusement, like, boy, and I thought my life was terrible. I'm like, no, I love this. This is what I do.
So, man, Joel's trying to restart his computer. What's the most fascinating Mego thing that you've come across in your designs to make something happen that you're allowed to talk about? Well, like the nun head. That's
well, the nun head. As I said, that was a ripoff from. I ripped off Zorak, and Joel's like, "Oh, don't tell them." I go, "In 10 minutes, somebody will post it." These guys know. Trust me.
Yeah, we do.
It's not like I can take credit for an old toy design, But Kenner did it with Superpowers, with Orion. Big Mattel did it with Big Jim. Toy Biz, I think, did it with an X-Men figure or Iron Man. It's not that crazy idea. The trick is, like, NECA will do something with 2 heads. And once we did it, somebody was like, "Oh, you should do Stuart from Planet of the Apes with a skull face on one side and Young on the other."
That's actually a good idea, but
how are you going to deal with she's blonde hair?
Oh,
it's difficult. You could do. If you had a cloth hood on, like the mutant from Beneath.
Yep.
What's that? Is that V?
This is the old V ones. I always love the fact that you just pull a head off, you got another head underneath with the lizard.
Yes.
Tiny looking head.
86, I think, on these. 85.
I think it was earlier than that. I remember V being like 84.
Yeah, but I don't think they did the figures until series came out, because you had the 2 miniseries and then the series.
Really? You remember it better than I do.
I think 83 was the original miniseries. 84, they did Be the Final Battle, and then by 85, that's when they started the TV show on NBC.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm geeking.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
And I know someone asked about this in the comments earlier. This is me saying, yes, we need to do something from V. V should be a Mego property.
Sorry, who owns it? Is that Universal?
I think this one's Warner Brothers.
Okay. It's like the problem.
I do a sleeve stack before I do that.
Well, the problem with all of it is there enough there? You look at things and go, when some of the Star Trek figures don't do as well, or apes are kind of looked at like, I love it when guys sit there and go, that's an easy pass. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bother you.
Yeah, sorry to waste your time with this.
But I mean,
months of work.
That's the consumer. The consumer can look at it and say, "Nah, I'm passing on that." That's fine. But the people who really call the shots are the retailers and distributors who say, we'll take a chance, And if they go, oh, gee, funny thing, Full House didn't sell, or Facts of Life didn't sell. Well, then we're not going back. I still see guys saying, well, when are you going to do Mrs. Garrett? I'm like, we're not. Unless you're stepping up to take 10,000, we're not.
I mean, it's, and I know it's kind of hard to believe because we don't see it like this, but sometimes what we take for common knowledge, because we know how to navigate on social media. Other people actually really do not. They have no idea. Like, when did these come out? Like, are you kidding me? This is 2 waves ago.
Yeah,
that's impossible.
No, Stan Lee said every issue is somebody's first.
There you go.
So you have to realize, people come in at different times, and that was one of the problems with Mega Museum is you get new people coming in asking questions, and the other guys are like, we've talked about that before. And it's like, well, he doesn't know. It's like, you could tone down the attitude a little.
Yeah,
Don't answer the question. Just move on.
Yeah, it's like, I don't do the forums, but we're trying wife's computer now. Just so you give you a little update. We just like an ambassador group and stuff like that. I don't. It's a group that has rules. Not my rules, not your rules. It's just rules that are there, and it sucks.
It's a particular, and it's a corporation's Facebook page. It's not just, hey, let's talk about toys. It's like, no.
Exactly. And
there's enough places to talk about toys. This is
right. There's plenty of other sites, yeah.
But
when guys put up things, and I go, look, don't do that. That is a bootleg. The licensors do look in. And, I've gotten cease and desist letters. They're not fun.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I personally don't do the mod stuff there anymore. I can't do it. It's gotten to the point. Well, but it's been like that for more than a year now. You still get flack, but you got, I look at it like this. It's just like, everybody knows that you can't go into a library and scream or talk loud or whatever. You're going to be asked to what? You're going to ask you to leave. It's not because they're taking away our freedom. No, it has nothing to do with it. It's just not the way you conduct yourself in a library. And unfortunately, like with that particular group, it's the same thing there.
What do you mean I can't take off my pants in the library?
You just can't do
it unless you feel comfortable.
Unless you're Frank Barone, there's some things you can't do. Which, incidentally, since you can do a Frank Barone. Not that we would want to have a Frank Barone, but at least it's possible.
Well, from Frank Barone from business. I'm like,
everybody loves Raymond.
Not gonna. Yeah, okay. Let's get a license for Everybody Loves Raymond, so we can do the dad.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'm joking.
Because once again, that's I just don't see.
There's enough people who make customs out there where if you really want something, you can get it. They'll even make a card or a box to put it in. But who's going to buy 10,000 of these?
The funny thing is, these guys they're not happy with just a custom. Like, no, I want to see this in the store. I want to see it produced professionally. And I'm like, well, how much? How much do you want to see it produced? How willing are you? ZLC said, I really want to see Rocky in the sweatsuit. And he stepped up, we get
and did a fantastic job. You guys really gave them a great figure.
That's not new heads, same head sculpt, outfit change,
Yeah, the outfit was very high quality. I was really happy with how well it fit, especially with how layered it is.
Rachel did a great job. Rachel, really, she's busy now with the toy store, so she's not available too much, but she knows her stuff. If those girls of hers would grow up and start taking either sewing or take over the store,
that's funny.
Maybe I can get more done. But I sympathize with her because I remember when my daughter was little, and she'd be sick, and couldn't go to daycare or school. And I'm like, listen, can't you just play somewhere and let me get work done? And she's like, no. She was like, in the room, wouldn't let me do anything else. I'm like, oh man, I'm losing another day.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Joel is he has tried everything, and it's just not in the cards for him to come
Run
on.
out of tricks.
But he's run out of tricks. He's run out of computers. He's run out of.
He is greatly missed.
Yes. Yep.
Well, to be honest with you, we needed him on here so we could grease Paul for some more juicy information, but we can't do it unless. Well, I didn't mean it to make it sound like that.
Get that man another drink.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. My brother.
Well, if Joel was here, then he would be like,
let's get him drunk so we can get him to answer questions. I'd go to the bathroom with the drink and pour the drink in the toilet. I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna get drunk. Yeah.
We won't let you flush. We'll know.
Yeah. Hanging around with my wife's brothers, trying to. But no, Joel can say anything he wants. I don't say anything until I'm told I can say it.
And then you still don't say it.
So the comedy is we're always working on stuff. It's always, I love these guys that are like, oh, that's it, Mego's over. Really?
Yeah. Speaking
take a
of
day off, really, I wouldn't mind.
Speaking of Mego being over, how many? I don't understand. This is probably not a good thing, but I don't understand it if somebody's complaining, if somebody's not happy because they're waiting for the rest of Wave 14, and then the second sentence is, and we don't even know what's coming in Wave 15 yet either. You don't have the rest of Wave 14. These are the comments that have been flying in.
Wave 14.
I didn't even know there was. I didn't know there was such a thing as a Wave 15. They tagged Wave 14 as what's coming out now.
I don't know. I deal in.
I've given up trying to figure out.
Spring.
Wave.
Happy New Fear. Whatever they want to call it, but it's driven by retailer. I mean, we started the Wave thing, with Target, and it just kept. Oh, and this is Wave 7, and it's fine, but we're kind of out of it. Especially the way cargo's been going.
And that's what Joel
hasn't dropped yet.
Right, and this is what Joel said from the beginning, and you said it too. Just like you guys, you don't want to think of it as as unilateral waves. It's not. They're getting released, and if there's 14 figures that they've talked about, and 3 of them are here, then 4 of them come. That doesn't mean it's all part of. You know what I mean? It's not the same.
Right. So this is something I was talking about on Ambassador. ZLC has had 14-inch Black Adam for pre-order. And guys are like, man, when is this going to come out? I'm like, it's not in production. Originally, we were going to do Shazam and Black Adam together, comic book versions, and then the factory that had the tooling had trouble. So we had to make new bodies, which we now have. But when that decision was made to go out with 9 new figures, Black Adam didn't make the cut.
That's right.
I wanted to go with Superman, Batman, and Shazam. I wanted to get Shazam in there. I didn't want to do somebody else. I could have done a Green Lantern. I wanted to do Shazam because we had that prototype done, and I love Captain Marvel. I wanted to do that.
Yep.
So, we'll do a Black Adam, especially with the new movie, coming out next year, whether it's the movie or the comic book, whatever, whatever the license says. But it's not out. It's not in production. So it can't be in a pre-order. So them listing it, and anybody listing as a pre-order, is just, not really right. So they just sent an email out to people saying, oh, by the way, Black Adam's not coming out, so we'll refund your money. I was like, you collected the money? What? Yeah. But it's like, it's because I just noticed somebody said Black Adam is on a pre-order. And I'm like, well, we have a UPC code, but we are not it's not on a boat. It's not on its way.
Interesting. Because then you got, if you go to the wholesale site, you see there's characters that I haven't even heard been talked about yet, and people are wondering, like, well, we pre-ordered them. It's like, yeah, I don't know about, I don't know about that.
Well, what? Yeah, I mean, if you see something, say something. I mean, we'll look into it, and if it's like, dude, somebody just putting out a list. Like, there's that guy.
Well, in the end, if it's going to be announced, you guys announce it on Mego Ambassador. So just watch Mego Ambassador. If we announce
Mego Corp, Batman Beyond and stuff like that. Like, wow, okay, that's pretty ambitious, Or I'm trying to think of what the goddamn, what the hell is it? It's a Spock figure.
Didn't it
motion
say
picture Spock?
Okay.
Yeah, Captain Spock. It was Captain Spock.
That's okay.
It's like, ain't nothing I've seen.
Okay. Captain Spock would be Wrath of Khan, because in Wrath of Khan he was captain. But I don't know if we called him Captain Spock for Wrath of Khan. Motion picture, the only one that got a promotion was Kirk. That's what bummed me out about Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
That's all that bummed you out.
Years, and he's an admiral, and everybody else is exactly where they were. Oh, thanks a lot, Kirk.
Spock wasn't even in town.
Right, Spock was off in Vulcan in his prayer robes.
Yeah, he was like he skipped to
Hold it on.
And apparently Starfleet. There's no dress code Starfleet because McCoy looked like
No.
Oh, come on. He was a pimp styling Mac Daddy. Let's admit it.
Yeah, it was my understanding. Look,
Spock, hair, medallions, rings.
Spock had retired or leave, because in the military, when you quit, they actually say you retire. So, Spock was not in Starfleet. He was on Vulcan, lining up his chi. McCoy, I don't know what McCoy was doing, but he was pulled back into service. He also was not, still in Starfleet. But I don't know. I thought the whole pajama look was terrible. Kirk was the only one who got a good uniform. And when I look at the Mego Star Trek motion picture, that's a sharp uniform.
Yeah.
Spock is wearing pajamas. And I was like, But so that's what we've done. I mean, look, I know we do a lot of Spocks, but Spock is, bar none, the most popular character in Star Trek. Okay? Leonard Nimoy's estate gets a royalty of everything Star Trek. So does Shatner. Sorry, Joe, I'm giving away all the details.
Yeah.
So you're going to pay Shatner and Nimoy for anything you do Star Trek. And since Kirk and Spock are the most popular characters in Star Trek, you want to do them as much as possible.
And they do have, a crowd of people who enjoy buying them.
Loki came to say hi.
Hey!
Aww.
This is Loki.
Does he just get his own chair now?
Hey, I think Joel's sitting in his chair. That's why he's
so adorable.
All right.
Yeah. How you doing, Joel?
Oh, Scott, doing well. Thanks. Good to see everyone.
Yeah.
Back at you.
Brian.
Sorry, Miss Brian. Sorry, Miss Frank. Just been having a bit of a tough time getting on, but I've been seeing the comments, listening to you guys. You don't need me. I mean, yeah, you guys are rocking this.
Well, there's always we can't play the real heavy tunes without you. So we can rock it all we want. You gotta have the lead guitar player when fully doing a jam session.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Paul was good on the brushes, but I'm just kidding.
I don't get any of this.
He's rocking it.
Yeah.
This is the future.
That's the future?
boxes. Oh,
That's awesome.
There you go.
there you go.
She should be coming into stores pretty soon. Just a beautiful figure, beautiful box.
And I really like that you went with the green dress for that one. I mean, now that is what I see in my head when I think of the movie.
Okay.
Yep.
See, the problem is when you look at the movie, it looks black because of low res, 60s grainy movie. When looking at updated style guide pictures, they're green. Her dress is green, which I thought was kind of clashy when she sees green skin. To give her a green dress too, but I thought black looked cooler and slimming.
So we gave her a green box too.
So and
There you go.
green on green, yeah.
So she's definitely.
So for the people who know the movie really well and say, "Oh, you got the wrong color," okay, get the box.
There you go.
Now there's a variant.
So
Well,
if we
look
did,
how many people were upset the monster in the Young Frankenstein pack was blue, and it's like, no, that's the color he was in, real life.
And that's the trick. You can find reference of color photos from production. It was, even though it's a black and white movie. The most amazing thing is somewhere out there is a color picture of Boris Karloff as Frankenstein.
Wow.
And he does have a green tint.
what about Captain Kirk's tunic?
What about it?
You tell the story.
Tell
the act.
Right. So all the years we watched Star Trek on regular television sets, his shirt's gold. It's a yellow orange. Well, now they've remastered all and improved the graphics, and they've managed to make in every scene to give him a greenish tint to his tunic. So what we all grew up calling gold or yellow orange is now like lime green.
I am going to correct something here, though. Only the third season uniforms. First and second season, it was a velour, and it was gold. Yes. There was no green in it. But once they switched to a double knit, a more stretchy, like golf shirt material for the third season, then they went into, the avocado, they called it. But when they color corrected, they basically took the third season colors and put them over top of the first and second season with a uniform with a totally different material. Because he did have a green shirt before. It was a wraparound. Sorry, I'm geeking.
Jason, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because I heard that the color correction was the way it was because they just the gamma they couldn't pick up that particular olive.
Oh, it's all nonsense. Color. As a matter of fact, I know Paul will back me up on this. We've both been to the Star Trek set tour. James Cawley has original tunics. He has the original materials, the original patterns to the costumes. I own a couple calls, had them for years. And that first and second season, that velour is gold.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I love that you guys know this.
That's not what you said in Vegas. Oh, for God's sakes, don't these people talk about anything else?
God. Yeah, that was
Jason, you're frozen.
That was nonstop.
6 days of Star Trek, people.
6 days of Star Trek, sitting next to a booth with music that was...
They were playing the music from...
How are you not in heaven, Joel?
It was on a loop over.
Yes, all day,
over again.
The theme?
It's been a long time.
Doesn't work.
From here.
I thought Star Trek people didn't like that.
We don't.
I'm a Star Trek. I don't like it, but I haven't been to a convention yet.
Well, go ahead. Have fun.
I have to say that convention was cool.
I mean, I've been to a convention. I haven't been to the Vegas thing, or whatever.
Well,
it's still in Vegas.
Actually, they Creation used to have the convention once a year in Vegas. Now, Reed Pop, the guys that do New York Comic Con, are going to be doing a show in Chicago and the creation is still supposed to do it in Vegas, but at a different location. And I think
they don't have the exclusive license anymore.
Right.
So that's why they can't even use the word Star Trek in their advertising.
Really? So
yeah, because they did have an exclusive license for, quite a long time, decades, I believe.
Yes. Yeah. The creation guys used to be in Mineola.
Because this last convention, I don't believe they were even able to use the official Star Trek convention in their title.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm getting into Minute again.
It's good. All good.
But so you're going to see, depending on what celebrities they get.
So we just been tiptoeing over the obvious. Heard anything good lately, Joe?
Well, before I get into anything, I don't know what I'm going to get into yet. There was a comment from Richard Mark asking about the Topps figures and where they are. They are shipping. They're on a boat. They are stuck in this whole logistic supply chain mess. But if you were to ask me when I think you guys are going to get your figures, I would say, and you can't hold me to this because, again, there are issues on the water, there are issues at the dock, there are issues at customs. I would say maybe the beginning to mid-March is when you should get your figures.
Oh, wow.
Isn't China closed right now? Isn't it the New Year?
They're not in fact, they left. They're on the water.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. And besides, is China is the New Year now, or is that February?
Yeah. Chinese New Year just the factories literally just closed down for Chinese New Year, and they typically close for about 3 weeks.
Wow, cool deal. That's good news.
People trickle back in. So,
but at this point, we got official word now. They're on the ocean. That would put my mind at ease.
He said don't hold them to it too. So.
Yeah, but they're pretty cool.
Well, no saying when they'll come in, but at least we know they're coming.
So.
Oh wow, that's the 8-inch.
Wow.
This is one of the figures
right there.
I like it. It's got that Tom Tyler look to the outfit. Good job, Paul.
Is it okay?
It looks flap.
Paul, is it okay if I show the stuff?
Yeah. Hey,
Does anyone recognize this guy?
I don't leak.
Wow. Very nice.
Oh, wow. Don't worry, someone's grabbing screen captures as we speak.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah, that's all right. I can mess that up. Here, let me put a filter on Joe.
I can't show you this one.
Okay. But just tell us how amazing it looks.
It's amazing. It's not a top. It's amazing.
Dagnabbit. That's okay. Oh,
wow. Yeah.
Yay. Where's Joseph Shepard? He's already got this shit in like 3 other groups. I'm kidding. Wow.
Oh, look at that.
Brent.
Yeah.
Who's it?
You're Brent.
One more for you.
There he is.
Oh, that came out great.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, he's
you and Joel need to bow for these. Incredible.
Wow. See, and it goes right. That's what I'm talking about, man. The whole before you joined, Paul. Wait, let me make sure you don't have any more.
No, I'm good. That's it.
Yeah, shut up, picture. Shut up.
Well,
I can show you
about
if you want, but
okay. Yeah.
This is.
That's the one I'm needing.
Did you guys have seen?
Oh.
What's this? What that? Wait a second.
I don't think that was an accident.
Could that be a clue?
Oh
no.
Maybe.
The balloon should be Pennywise.
I wonder why that was stuffed in there. It just came from the factory like that. That's interesting. Okay. Maybe.
Well.
Or it's a lollipop.
That's it.
You been eating lollipops?
Big. Yeah, did you? That might be real candy.
Is that the New Year's gift from the factory?
I think so.
A lollipop?
That's funny because
I would need it. It might be a hallucinogen.
I get a little bag of candy from my my music distributor. It's like, but it's not good candy. It's like stuff that nobody likes. So what Frank? Go ahead, Joe.
So let me ask you guys a question. What do you think of the coin?
You know, that's I think
awesome.
I think the coin has a secret meaning that we're going to find out one day.
I think so. I think there's well, I think so. I mean, there's something to this coin that's obviously going to be more meaningful than just, you know, putting it in a box and having it sit on your shelf somewhere.
Genius putting a minting date on these as well.
Yeah,
genius.
So that's the beauty of this is it's got a minting date of 2021, which means you're not going to see this particular coin again. This is the only publishing of this coin. But that does mean that we'll have the opportunity to print more coins. And the question is, what are we going to do with all of these coins, and how are we going to use them?
This is a real coin.
Kind of what we're going through in the company now, and I think we've got some pretty cool and exciting ideas with this coin.
This is a real coin. I mean, this
it's got quite a bit of heft to it.
Yeah.
But it weighs. It's probably equal to a silver dollar.
Okay. You can play Two-Face all you want.
I was going to say, Paul, maybe there's like a DC character we could put this with that has a double face or something.
Two-Face.
It's a good idea.
You just made a lot of fans tonight.
You think this could be Al Capone? This could be who else carries a coin?
Two-Face.
Oh, anybody that needs to go shopping.
I know that has a coin was Two-Face. Sorry, I'm running through in my head everybody, every pop culture license.
That has a coin.
I can't think of anybody who was flipping a coin.
Was Dick Tracy?
Yep. Dick Tracy had a coin.
Dick Tracy never did it.
No?
But Flat Top might have, or the Mole, or, There's probably somebody in Dick Tracy's Rogues Gallery that did it.
Right.
But,
Colonel Klink had a monocle. And my dad could put a coin in his eye and pretend like it was a monocle.
Oh, God.
Very nice.
I do this purpose because I'm looking straight at Paul when I do this because he's just waiting for stay on topic.
Yeah, stay on target.
Stay on topic. No,
it's a real coin. I'm impressed. Actually,
very good.
And
if it works, we've got some strong plans with that coin.
So. I got to go back to this. This is going to be the thing. I'm going to bug the hell out of you guys because it seems to me, I think I figured out that a case of figures is now 8 with these boxes instead of 6 with the cards.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right. So financially.
Well, the other nice thing about the cards, and again, I heard Paul talking earlier about how it's up to the retailers on the type of packaging that they're willing to accept, and I'm pretty impressed with Walmart for working with us on these boxed cards, and taking them in because typically they like something they can peg on a wall. It can display on an end cap. You can put it on a shelf on an end cap, but once that end cap is over, they want to be able to go and peg it on a wall. So we put the plastic hooks on.
Yeah, the plastic, but that's frequently.
But the question is, what other retailers will accept this as well? And we've got to work with them. The other beauty about this box, Scott, and everyone, is that when you put it on a peg, you can actually put 2 characters where one blister card goes.
Right. There's no
the same.
Space.
So it saves space.
Same thickness.
So it's pretty. Yeah.
It takes up less room.
Yep.
And I could put it on a scale right now and tell you how much the difference of weight is.
Yeah. Look, it was a chance. We had to put it out to see what the reaction was. I think the reaction's been very strong, and hopefully you're going to see a lot more boxes.
Yeah. And I didn't know how much I really liked boxes until I seen these boxes, honestly. And then I thought about it for the other stuff that I collect, that I've been collecting, before you guys came back and stuff like that. I realized that the things I do collect are boxed as opposed to being on card.
Right.
So it apparently I just have it, for boxes, but maybe that's just the way to go. Maybe that's just my opinion. Maybe I could picture all the Star Trek characters that you've already done in these beautiful boxes, but with their current upgraded uniforms.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. When somebody wants to step up and take an order, of large number, in order to put it in a different packaging. But I mean, originally the Mego had boxes, and what was great was you could remove the figure, just play with it, and actually had a friend whose mother made him keep all the boxes. And at the end of playtime every day, we had to put them all back in the boxes and put them in another box, and store them that way. And, he still to this day has those boxes. My dining room, I have a display case that's all the superheroes in the order they came out, with the character loose in front and the box behind them. So you see the artwork that was used to make the figure.
Yep.
So
also,
the boxes are cool.
It has not gone unnoticed, all the comments, positive comments on these boxes. So, I think that I definitely think you'll see more boxes coming up.
That's awesome.
And by the
That's
way,
awesome.
thank you,
Even
Joe,
just
all the
realize.
hard work you guys did to get these online. I mean, I was amazed how quickly Walmart responded to you all.
That's right.
That. Made a lot of happy
they are
people.
online.
Yeah, it just made a lot of sense. I think we were in about 1,200 Walmart stores.
Yeah.
But, there are still parts of the country that it wasn't hitting, and we wanted to get it out to everyone that we possibly can. So, it's a great program. Walmart gave us some great space, and very happy with the reaction so far.
Yeah.
Congratulations to all
We'll
for
keep
such a
going.
successful
We keep making, we keep buying.
How the 14-inch looking? We got you got some ideas coming to further populate that line as well. I really like them.
We've
I
been
like
working
the
with 14
non-heroes.
It was really sad that they canceled Toy Fair this year, because you would have seen, some of the new 14-inch and some of the new product that we're putting together. Not because we release it to the public, but because people kind of sneak in there with cameras and take pictures and stuff. But everything. I mean, we're not sitting on our hands. We're working on a lot of things right now.
Well, how about this? How about if Jason and I just get a couple bus tickets, and we'll sneak around Marty's basement for a little while with some cameras, pretend like we're not there. It'd be the same thing but different.
If you can get past the guard.
We'll have our own toy fair, like the Little Rascals. Get us a barn. We'll put on a show.
There you go.
Jason, remember to stop by the butcher's before we get there.
So, are we having Mego Meet this year? Is it?
I don't know.
Is
So
Mego
far.
Meet on yet?
June
you have
9th
anything
to the 11th.
Say again, Paul?
June 9th to the 11th.
Okay.
Is Canada locked down though right now?
Canada.
I thought Brian's. Brian doesn't go to
the
Mego Meet.
restaurants are not seating.
There's no Mego Meet.
Mego Meet's in Columbus.
I know, but if Brian can't get to Mego Meet, I ain't. It's not Mego
Really?
Meet to me.
Well,
I mean,
gee,
it's well, I mean,
if
Brian
Brian can't make it, well,
it's if Brian can't
You
make it,
after
Steve
Brian.
might. I mean, I don't know how
Yeah,
but
if Brian's not going, I'm not going.
really.
it's
Boy.
just a
So
COVID
Brian,
thing,
so go the world.
Hopefully everything will be back in line
Yeah.
with stars and.
Yep. Hopefully everything works out, because I really look forward to being there and seeing you guys.
Yes.
You guys need to put something together in where you guys are at. Not to compete with
New
anything or
York?
not to take anything away from anything,
Yeah.
but in New York. I don't
Yeah.
mean in
I've tried
Boston.
that for 20 years.
Well, I know, but
2004 was the last time we got anything together.
You've got enough to do. Let somebody else take the reins on that. I think Kevin Fiore is trying to do something along those lines. If nothing else, even as for you guys just to show off your whatever it is you want to show off. Even if it's something tiny. If it's something tiny right down the street.
You can always stop by my house, Paul. I live in New York. Why don't y'all come down? We'll have coffee. Look at me. Yeah, come on. I'm in Central New York. It's like wine country here. You'll love it.
Central to Canada.
Yeah. That's what is it with your address? Why come everybody says you live in Canada? I didn't know. Look, I need to get me a new map. I didn't know New York was that far up the.
Yeah, it goes right up to the falls. Niagara Falls.
That's right. So
New York on one side, Canada on the other.
Yes, as we're talking about going to Jason's house, like off. I don't know why it does that. There's some setting on there.
I don't know what is it.
It's something to do with this weight. Start. See, off. It's a setting. Some kind of shield apparatus. Let me see if I can just turn it off without shutting everything down. Oh,
what he's trying to tell us, folks, is he's secretly Iron Man.
I'm secretly something, apparently, but don't tell anybody.
So interesting. Richard Mark brought up Big Apple Comic Con.
Yes.
Maybe that's something you could do with those guys.
It's a small show outside of Penn Station.
Yep.
It used to be in the basement of a church on 59. I've done it I've been there many times. It's not bad, but it's like pulling teeth to get these guys to show up.
Go to Dragon Con. Just do Dragon Con.
Oh,
that's a great. That's great. Huh?
We can do the March to the Sea.
That's listen. Dragon Con has something for everybody. Everybody. It has a lot of cosplayers, which Paul does not like, but
no, I love cosplayers, but they spend their
do?
money. I love cosplayers, but if you're a vendor selling at these shows, they're very frustrating. But
yeah, but you get to see, we get to see all the.
I will tell you, I went to Anime Con in Manhattan a couple of months ago, and the cosplayers were ridiculous. I mean, it was just phenomenal. Yeah. Everyone was dressed up in the craziest costumes, anime costumes, and the vendors at Anime Con were packed 3, 4, 5 layers deep. People wanted to come in and buy products
because they were selling merchandise for cosplay.
Yeah, true.
But actually, cosplay started with anime.
Right.
It was when they put San Diego Comic-Con.
Cosplay got big because of Star Trek.
Oh, here we go. The old man is going.
We kept it alive in the 70s, baby.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes. Star Trek was the start of cosplay. Except the Star Trek guys think they really are in Starfleet.
We are.
They go out to dinner in their dress uniform.
My uniform.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
He was wearing that. I sent him a message. Hey, we're gonna go on, and he goes, yeah. And he was in his damn uniform just for no reason. So I'm not calling anybody.
Star Trek in uniform.
So you can watch Star Trek. You don't have to be in uniform. It is allowed.
It's much better when you're in a uniform, because then you look to your left, you look to your right, and you're like, I'm in the show.
So do you have to go for a set change if you're watching TOS and then Next Generation comes on? Do you have to?
I do too. I was watching first season TNG earlier last night. It was the original Star Trek, so I had my Spock.
All right, Jason, how far are you from Ticonderoga?
Ticonderoga, about 4 hours away. I'm basically in smack dab in the middle of the state in the Finger Lakes region.
I was going to say, don't give that too much information.
Ticonderoga's about 4 hours away because before COVID, my partner and I went up there every year, and I probably got 4 or 5 visits up there. And
I'm saying the place in Ticonderoga is where the set is building the Next Generation set next door. So that would be a place where you might be able to have a Mego meet kind of thing
I'd go.
Yeah, he has events throughout the year with the Trek Ticonderoga, and then he has Shatner shows up at least once a year. I mean, I've been surprised Mego hasn't been there for one of the Shatner events. Because at that particular place, regardless of what you've heard about him, he is one of the kindest, sweetest gentlemen you'd ever want to meet. When he's there, for some reason, he's so comfortable that he really gets into the fans. I mean, talking with you, sharing stories, laughing, joking. I mean, it's not like you hear about other conventions. It's really just a down home. We're all in the, gorgeous mountains, and
it's his
really nice time. I recommend it to anyone.
There's a question that I'm going to take here because I can't answer this. Gates, what it was is Brian's not named the Man of Mego. It's Mego Meet was put on and started by him and Steve Moore. And if Brian can't make it, it's just not really the same thing. So that's your answer. He's not the Man of Mego. Anyway, just had to answer that. I knew the answer to that one.
I've never missed a Mego Meet.
Well, that's because they have a buffet.
2004.
Why haven't I gone to them? Dang it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
There's no
I didn't know
buffet.
it was a buffet.
No, there's no buffet. There's no buffet. Actually, there was. Well, no. It wasn't really a buffet. I think there's only one thing to grab. So it's like if you
there is an open bar though, right?
There's not an open bar either. It's open, but it costs.
I was going to say, right. Yep.
But
there's a pool.
Yeah.
You can go swimming.
There is a pool. But you're not allowed in it.
Yeah, there's a pool right in the middle of the hotel.
Yeah, actually it is. It's correct. It's right in the middle of the hotel. It's a cesspool, but you can take your chances. Just wear a chlorine face mask and you'll be all right.
I'm sure I got a spacesuit in my closet somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. I am definitely sure you do.
Napoleon Webb outfit.
Speaking of Paul. Okay, so what? Okay,
that would be a good thing to do with a figure.
It would be a good thing to do, but realistically, will we see a Napoleon Webb?
It's just going to be a higher price point. That's all.
And that's what
it's a great thing to do. It's just going to be tooling intensive. I mean, actually, the funny thing was on the actual Napoleon Webb episode, the tubing on the spacesuits was actually cables or like fabric.
It was rolled fabric.
They weren't really plastic. Yeah.
Oh, really? That's funny.
So actually, to be show accurate, you would have to use like shoelaces, different colored shoelaces. There's an episode called Napoleon Webb where they wear spacesuits. They usually wear spacesuits in Star Trek.
Jason, don't you have something behind you that's Napoleon Webbish? I have.
The funny thing is, I have Napoleon Webb figures. They're hanging from my light fixture about 10 feet that way, so I don't even have them in front of me.
So what makes it? I don't want to use the word iconic, but it's more comical than anything else. It's basically this is the environmental suit, and it's big and it's exaggerated. It's got like the helmet that that you had in these hazmat type suits, but the thing is what made the suit interesting is the guy who was the whoever the ensign or whoever was wearing it. He's all protected, but yet he could reach into his because the mask was open. He could reach into it and scratch his nose, and therefore he took his glove off with an open hood and he infected himself, and then he brought this virus back to the ship, and if it was really a
plus, if I'm remembering correctly,
time.
Didn't they reuse that Napoleon Webb uniform in an episode of Mork and Mindy? Actually, Mork's outfit is Colonel Green's outfit from the Savage Curtain.
Savage Curtain with the Rock. Yep.
With
that was Colonel Green's uniform.
Yep.
The greatest Star Trek episode ever with Space Lincoln.
I thought those were good episodes. I really did. Even third season, I still thought it was good. I liked one of my favorite ones was the shit, now I can't. Well, you know, when they go back to the Old West, where they're the
Spectre of the Gun.
Oh,
Spectre of the Gun. God, yeah.
Third season.
Yeah, I mean,
Episode of season 3.
Right,
this
exactly.
Is what Trekkies do.
No budget. They're actually using Hollywood Old West town with zero, but on the soundstage, on Desilu soundstage, so you can see. You know, if you look close enough, you can see
They left the shadows in when they would light it,
Right.
so that you could see the flats shadowing on the wall. It was a look they were going for.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. So they got away with it by saying because they justified it by, you know, they only did so much just what was Spock's explanation because
out of Kirk's memories, or
right,
Kirk,
but
out of Kirk's imagination, so it was never meant to be a real place.
so they got away with it. Unlike Lost in Space, where so let me ask you this, Paul. This is not a Mego question at all, but in your opinion, was how is, I mean, Irwin Allen, I just thought Irwin Allen, you know, it's Irwin Allen, you know, he's Mr. Sci-Fi and Mr. whatever, but how was Lost in Space even in the same context? It's like they weren't even, they're aliens, you know. I mean, you could see the plaster. I mean, you could see the paper mache, you know, peeling off of the guy or whatever, or you could see the seam of the zipper or whatever it is in the aliens. They weren't even trying. You know,
it's episodic television aimed at children in the 60s. They're not putting effort in. Roddenberry was considered to be a nut for trying to do morality plays in science fiction. Because they're like, just crank the crap out and move on. You know, you'll get a couple seasons and then we'll move. You'll do a different kind of show.
There you go.
Yeah, because
Roddenberry's like,
forget he
I
a very
actually
successful writer for Star Trek. I mean, he contributed to a lot of the big shows of the day. His writing was considered very good, but then Star Trek kind of overshadowed everything.
I've been seeing Roddenberry, watching a lot of his stuff from Wagon Train and
The Lieutenant.
The Lieutenant is a big series.
I don't have that one.
I gotta jump out at.
Yeah, we forgot we're supposed to be talking about Mego,
but up at the train station. So,
all right, listen, Joel. Hey, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for letting us see. Thanks for giving us the tops update. Oh, one more thing, Hasbro. How's the G.I. Joe looking?
G.I. Joe's looking great.
Perfect. That's all I needed to know. That's all I needed
Thank
to know.
you for
all
coming,
right,
Joel. And thanks for all those cool things you showed us.
Our pleasure.
I hear you.
Just keep buying, we'll keep making. I mean, that's
See you later.
That's right. That's right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get rid of Joel, which he just got rid of himself, and then let's go ahead and end this. But don't go anywhere, guys. I'm just going to shut down the stream.
I hear my mom calling.
Well, don't answer her yet because I got some information for you, Paul. But we're going to go ahead, guys. Thanks for tuning in and all that good stuff. If you like, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to hit the like and subscribe. And if you really like it, ring that bell, and you'll never miss out on any Mego news or whatever ramblings might come from me or whoever else. But until next time, guys, peace.